Hello and welcome back. I think it's episode 85 of Checkpoint Chat.
Yo,
What's up?
It's been a long ride, and
It feels like it's been forever.
well,
it has been
we are going
since we
on,
actually recorded. It's been like 3
you mean
weeks.
you're not talking like actual lifetime stats here? No, it's been
no.
well,
I'm
it
not
has
talking
been forever.
actual-
It's been about a month. I don't even remember what you look like. You're
Yeah,
sporting a hermit beard.
Yeah.
No, you're not really.
I've got the like I'm too lazy to shave beard, but also you should shave this because it's getting unkempt.
Does it not get itchy?
It does, and that's you see, it's at the itchy point.
Have you ever had like a fully grown beard?
No, you see, so I tried.
Did you wake up one morning and go?
and
then nothing
just
happened,
pushed
like,
it
damn
out
it.
and nothing happened. No, I tried. I was like, everyone's like, you gotta do it for like 6 weeks.
That's a long time.
Yeah, so I did it for 6 weeks, and then after 6 weeks, I was like, I look like shit. So I shaved it off, and it was like incredibly itchy at that point. So I was just like, no,
Well, does your facial hair grow fast?
no, not really.
No, it's okay. Yeah, 6 weeks is quite long because I can grow a beard relatively quickly. And I mean, I had one.
Oh, really?
I had like a little bubba beard. I've never had a manly man beard, but I had one a few years ago. And there is that stage where it's very itchy.
I'm trying to picture you
And
with a beard now, and I just can't.
I'll find your photo.
I think there'd be like too much
when I
hair
say
on your
beard,
face.
it's literally just a carpet on my face.
Just a carpet on your face. Oh, good lord! You see, mine doesn't really grow. Like eventually, what you see now is pretty much where
Is
it
that
gets
where
to,
it
and then it
goes?
just stops.
Oh, damn.
So it just looks like shit. Like it looks.
But
terrible.
if you go through that itchy phase, though,
I got through the itchy phase, and I was like, cool. Now it's gonna carry on growing and like fill out, and it just never did. So I was like, well,
like I look like a teenager
Yeah.
who's just rebelling against the school.
exactly. I'm like a teenager who refuses to shave. It's just,
Damn it,
it's
where's
just not working.
I have a picture.
And it makes me sad because I love seeing some people's hairstyles that require, there's hairstyles that require a beard.
Yes.
Like they just connect well, whatever. And I'm like, man, I fucking wish.
I wish. Oh, your Wi-Fi kicked me off. Why you like this?
Yeah, good. Get out of here.
I just wanted to
told
show
you you're fired.
Oh my god! You don't tell me. Just walk in like, oh, how's your connection doing there? Oh, so it's not connected. That's a darn shame.
So
Guess you're gonna have to get a.
did you just kick yourself back onto the Wi-Fi?
I did.
That's weird.
I'm rehired, bitch.
Wow. I need to change my password.
Oh,
Clearly,
no.
it's not
Yes.
like strong
There's a
enough.
photo of me and the Queen.
Oh my goodness.
Best Photoshop of my
Did
life.
the Queen did
There's
she give
me
you
with the
tea and
Mario
scones?
moustache.
Oh, did you wake up with a moustache like that?
I did.
Just
No, I
like,
wish. Where's this damn photo? Jeez, like, how many profile pictures have I had?
So many, clearly.
Wow.
And some weird ones as well. Just,
There we go.
Just by judging.
This is what I'm looking for.
Oh my goodness.
See his little baby beard.
But what's weird is that
Also, I'm about to kill myself.
why didn't you keep your moustache though? Why did you just do the
Because
whole
that is the
chin-neck
one thing I actually can't grow.
What the fuck?
My moustache is non-existent.
So you just grow on the periphery here.
yeah,
Like,
just on my side.
but you get a good thick beard going there.
I know.
That's pretty good.
Kept my face real warm, but
Oh.
it's never again. I'm not a beard kind of guy.
No. You keep
Although-
your hair on your head.
Yeah, although it's really, really annoying because my beard grows quickly, so I have to shave
really?
regularly.
How many times a week do you shave? Like every 2
I
days?
should shave like every 2 days, but it's normally every 3 or 4. I just let it get a bit unkempt and then I shave when it irritates
you
me.
see, this is like I haven't shaved in like a week.
I haven't shaved in 3 years.
I haven't shaved since the sun came up.
Oh my god, I haven't shaved since 5 minutes ago.
Afternoon shadow. It's
Oh my
morning
God,
shadow.
It's morning. It's sunrise shadow. Yeah.
Sorry, I
Point
was
is, how did
drinking
we
tea.
even get onto the topic of beards?
I don't know. You said I look unkempt.
Did I?
Wow. This
I'm
all
so
started
sorry.
from you basically
This is me insulting you. I'm
Yeah.
so sorry.
Fucking
I think we actually were talking about it's been so long since we've seen each other. Ah, yes.
Yes, and then you're like, you've grown a massive
I was
beard.
like, I said you've just grown a beard. I didn't say you said I look unkempt. I was like, you just haven't shaven.
I'm just going to roll with my
So
version
it's
of
been a long
events.
time.
It's been a very long time. You went to Cape Town. I went to Cape Town.
We all went to Cape Town.
Yeah.
We came back with Table Mountains.
We both want to move to Cape Town.
Do we?
Well, I do.
Oh,
Flip, I love
sure.
that place.
When you're moving to Cape Town?
Oh, I don't know.
Leaving me?
When the housing isn't so ridiculously expensive.
Yeah, it's like I could probably
Soon
move to
never.
Cape Town, but
I can't afford to move to Cape Town.
Ask Shani if you can stay in her flat.
Yeah,
Like, hey,
and be like, hey, Shani, what if we move to
'Cause
Cape Town and never buy a house?
that'd 100% be my situation. We'd have to talk to Lenska's parents. Be like, hey, this place you got, it's real nice. Looks like you could have someone live in here.
Oh, so Lenska's parents have a place there?
They've got a place in Claremont, yeah.
Oh, in Claremont.
So
Nice.
Lenska's sister studied at UCT many years, well, not many years ago, but like a couple of years ago. No, it was like a decade ago. And they were paying rents, and we all know rent is expensive in Cape Town. I think they reached a point like, you know what, we actually need to just make a plan to buy a place. And they ended up buying in Claremont before it was like
Because that's close
super
to UCT.
expensive.
Yeah. Okay.
So it was quite nice.
I saw Lenska worked for a year in Cape Town once upon a time.
Yeah, so in architecture here, you basically study for a couple of years and you're forced to do a year out where you go work and then you come back to finish your
Can't
masters.
be an architect unless you've looked at the mountains.
Unless
for a
you've
year.
actually, unless you've lived in the real world. So she ended up doing she actually worked 1 year in Joburg at her office here where she still works now. And then with the same company, she went to Cape Town.
Okay.
And she was the only person from NPN there, but she was in an office it was actually really cool. They were doing the whole office sharing space before it was mainstream. Because I mean, today it's a normal thing.
That's like
Like
the
you
thing.
pay,
It's like fucking
you
WeWork
rent
and
a
nonsense
desk,
like
whatever,
that,
and then you work in a whole office full of other people. So she was doing that essentially like 5 years ago.
Okay. And staying alone in Cape Town.
I know her sister and Ross were there at the time.
Okay. Because I was like, man, that's hard. Like a year
Damn.
alone.
Yeah. No. She was a familiar. Yeah, and she came back, and then here we are. We're in Joburg. But I love Joburg.
I love Joburg too. I really like Cape Town. But I guess everyone always reminds me, it's like, you love being on holiday in Cape Town. And I'm like, that's very true.
I don't know. Don't get me wrong. I think the lifestyle in Cape Town is very different. I think it's very attractive because Cape Townians are super chilled.
I would hit that Oranjezig market every weekend.
Oh, did you also go to the
Oh,
Oranjezig
yeah.
market?
That is a staple.
It's very good. Well,
love it.
my sister actually took us there for the first time. Last time we were there in October, and we went again this time.
What did you get?
It's real
to
good.
eat?
I had a pizza for
I
breakfast.
have seen those pizzas.
Because
Those
of course,
breakfast pizzas.
no. So there are two stands. Though. There's one that's in that main like tent where they'll like crack eggs open on your pizza.
Yeah,
sort of
that's
thing.
the one I'm thinking of.
And then
yeah.
there's another one in the corner where they just do like simple margaritas or pepperoni pizzas and stuff. I had that. It was real good. It's like, I've just run. I deserve a pizza.
Oh, yeah. That's dangerous going there hungry because it's like, we usually get the Vietnamese pho, which is really good. And then right next to the Vietnamese pho is a place that sells lots of samosas.
Yeah.
Brisket samosas.
I think the
my
food's good there,
lord.
but it's expensive.
Yeah, it's very expensive.
It's
yeah.
like proper.
It's market
This
food,
is
yeah.
but market food that's like very expensive. Like I'm actually.
They have my favorite
not that
ice cream
hungry.
place there as well. Moro.
My sister insisted that I try it, and it was real good.
It's like they have a little stand there.
I had it was like nectarine. Was it
Sorbet?
sorbet? Yeah, it was
They have
delicious.
so many sorbets that taste creamier than
was
most
it
ice creams
sorbet?
I have. It's
I think it was sorbet. Yeah.
they're pistachio though. Oh my god, I would do bad things to people for that. Kill
Where's the
people for that
pistachio?
It's so good.
I don't know.
It's the most incredible ice cream I've ever had in my life. It's so good. Oh my god.
What did I had I think I had. Was it pistachio as well? Your point is ice cream is real creamy.
Yeah,
real
that
good.
ice cream is damn creamy. It makes.
Speaking
everything
of
else
creamy, did you go to the creamery?
so we did because that used to be my staple.
Oh no.
Now they opened up a Moro in Sea Point. So firstly, it's like way closer to Shani's place there. And then we went to the creamery because I was like, I still love the creamery. Got there, had it. I was like, shit, I've been ruined.
How much is a scoop? Is it Moyo?
Moro?
Moro. How much is a scoop from there? Like plus minus.
I think so. I usually get a small cup.
And you
a
can have
small-
like one to two scoops. Yeah.
So they fill it like proper. And I think that was 37 rand.
Okay.
And then if you go to the shop, they give you a wafer as well that's dipped in chocolate. Oh my
Damn.
god.
Creamery, I think it's like 41 rand a scoop. I was like,
It's expensive.
holy shit! And then I just think of my fan favorite Paul's here in
Paul's so
Joburg.
good.
It's like 27 rand a scoop.
Yeah.
Way cheaper.
Way
Jesus.
cheaper. But Creamery's got that cool like massive cone. You can put like 2 scoops and eat it like a cup. Good times.
Well, Paul's has that as well. You can
Paul's
order a
has
little
the cup with the cone, which I like a lot.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't like the cone, but I don't like eating from a cone, but I like eating the sugar cone.
That little wafer.
That sugar cone is so good.
Damn. Ice cream. Now I want ice cream.
Me too.
Probably go get later. There's a Paul's 5 minutes from us. Should come
From you
visit.
guys. The one in Parkhurst.
Yeah. It's so close.
I think that's the best one still. Like,
Yeah.
I've always found their flavors there are best. Like,
Well, I think it's the OGs have got the biggest variety.
the one in Rosebank's fine, but it's like
It's fun.
I always go
It's
there and
little.
it's like they don't have the flavors I want. Yeah.
It's a bad time.
Chocolate birthday cake.
That is the best flavor.
Actually,
hands
no,
down.
normal birthday cake I prefer than chocolate.
They're both real good.
Yeah. But it tastes
I
like
think we
cake.
can both agree. Yeah, it really is cake.
I think Kervin told me he went to Moro and they had a champagne flavor, and he was like, "This is weird. It tastes like champagne." The weird thing is, champagne's like really bitter. So like,
Yeah. I don't know. Some ice cream flavors just don't work.
I think beyond the like, oh yeah, this tastes like champagne, I'd be like, cool. Now give me ice cream I actually want to eat.
You get
know?
pissed. Give me my ice cream.
You leave the ice cream shop with half a scoop. You're just like falling all over
Oh
the
my
place.
god. Children
What
are
the
like
fuck is
throwing
happening
up
here?
everywhere. What is this underage drink?
Jesus, underage ice cream eating.
Oh my. What?
Well, there's a title for the
That's
podcast.
underage ice cream. That's not even a thing.
Underage ice cream.
Where's your
eating.
ID? Kid, you can't eat this. Get out
You
my
don't
stuff.
want none of this shit.
I just want vanilla flavor. No.
Let's checkpoint chat. Talk about video games and
ice
alcoholic ice cream.
And Cape Town.
I don't like alcohol in my sweets. I'm not a fan of liqueurs, sweets. The sweets that you bite in and there's liquid in them, fuck that shit.
I don't mind them. It's not something I'd rush out and buy though.
It's no.
You know what I would rush out and buy though?
What?
Games.
Video games.
I just had to segue.
Video game. I love it.
Yo, okay, it's been a long time. We've probably both been playing a bunch of things.
I actually haven't.
What?
I've been playing. I think the last time we chatted, I spoke about like a Frostpunk expansion.
Yes.
So I was still playing that. And then since then, I've just continued my Celeste.
Yes, the
Nonsense.
Celeste addiction.
Yeah, I played
gives
more
me
yesterday.
so much joy.
So I'm on chapter 5 now.
The B-side.
B-side of chapter 5. So basically, I've done what I said I wouldn't do. I've gone back and collected all the strawberries in all the places and the crystal hearts. So I've done all that for chapters 1 to 4. So now I'm on chapter 5.
Welcome to the rabbit hole.
Oh my god, it's bad.
It's real deep.
And then the other day I was just like, let me try it out, and I started playing chapter 8 core, and I was like, fuck this place. It's changed so many rules for
Yeah,
me.
there's actually a friend of mine, Jaden, who he's been streaming it, and he started playing it because he's heard us talk about it so much, and he finished it this
just
week.
the core campaign.
But he ended up doing the core as well. And I was watching him do it. I was like,
It's
yeah,
horrible.
the core is really hard.
Core is hard. Like it just changed the way I have to think about. And then I'm back to like the double dash. So I'm like, no. Let me just finish the B-sides where I don't have this and I don't have the muscle memory for this.
Yeah.
So,
good.
but it's really good. Like it feels so good going back to older levels and just like destroying them.
Yeah,
because like, my skills are like
I watched him go back to like level 1 to pick up all the strawberries, and it's amazing because you watch him and play for the first time, and obviously there's going to be a lot of deaths because you're figuring out the puzzle. Then to watch him go back to chapter 1 and just breeze through it, like that's the game.
It feels so good. It's like yesterday I was collecting all the strawberries in chapter 5, and I was like, man, this used to be difficult, but now I'm just like going through the motions. I get into a room, I'm like, boom, boom, boom,
done.
like, got it. It's not even that challenging.
It's muscle memory.
It's so good. It's such a. I think my save is on like 32 hours now with 4,300 deaths.
Just think about that. You've spent 32 hours playing a platformer.
Yeah.
It's insane.
I've spent nearly more time playing Celeste than I have Hollow Knight, which I thought would never be possible.
How?
Yeah.
How is that even possible?
It is amazing. Like 32 hours playing a game where the only mechanics are jump and dash, and then
climb and dash.
each level has its own twists on that. So there's so much depth to that.
If you haven't played it, it's real good time.
And people are like, oh, platformers suck because all you do is jump.
Boo.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
good
okay.
platformers can keep you going.
No, they really can.
And then, so yeah, I'm still chipping away at that. But in between that, I reviewed one game in between that. So I played...
I watched a trailer for that game, and that 100% looks like my jam.
Oh yeah, 100%. It's a game called Kunai. It's so I played it on Switch. It's on PC as well. It's like a 2D action platformer. Hooray, more platformers. But it's also like a Metroidvania.
Yeah, I was going to say it looks Hollow Knight-ish.
Yeah, it's not as expansive, but it is Hollow Knight-ish. But man, it's cool.
I love the art style.
The art style is the art style is immediately what drew me in. It's like these flat colors. There's like flat browns and blues.
It almost looks like a Game Boy game, but it's it's a very limited palette of colors per level, whatever. And then, but it looks modern.
Oh yeah, so it's like it takes the homage of the limited colors from the Game Boy, but it's still like much more detailed and prettier than it. This wouldn't run on a Game Boy. No ways. Yeah, but it's like these flat limited colors, but then it's every time you see like red, it's so like bright and striking, which gives it such great contrast.
You're like, my eyes.
It's so good. It's like beautiful. Like every time you destroy. Okay, so basically you play as a tablet who's a ninja.
When you say tablet, you mean like an iPad?
Like
tablet,
an iPad.
Yeah.
It's very cute because it emotes.
Plays
it's like,
a pill.
It always runs like when you're running around. He's got a smiley face, and then if you crouch and sit on the ground, after a while his face turns into like a cat face, and he goes into like a crouch. And then when you swipe, it turns into an angry face. But they're all different styles. It's not like the same. And then when you get a new item, he like does the like wide open mouth like face.
Ooh.
Yeah, and then his eyes turn into like the anime googly eyes while he's looking. It's amazing. It is so much character into a character that doesn't talk. It's so good. So he's a ninja and he's got a sword. And very early on you get a pair of kunai, which is basically like ninja grappling hooks.
Yeah, that's come full circle.
Amazing, right? Amazing.
Now I know why they called it kunai.
So you have one in each hand and it basically works like almost like a Spider-Man swing. Like you fling it out to the left or the right and then it pegs on the walls and you can use that to build momentum and swing.
Oh, nice.
Or you can alternate them like left, right and climb up a place really quickly.
This is an actual stat. Every game is at least 100% better if it has a grapple hook.
Oh yeah, 100%. There should be more. Remember when all games had bows and arrows? They were missing the point.
Oh no,
grappling hooks.
Grapple hooks all the way.
So the part of that's really fun is like you have this really generous like floaty jump, which feels at first like really shitty. You're like, wow, this doesn't feel like a great platformer at all. But when you start combining that with grappling around and the fact that whenever you attack an enemy from above, you like bounce up, you can like stay off the ground for so long and it feels so satisfying. It's just getting around like that. And there's like lots of secrets that require you to use that momentum very well. So yeah, it's cool. It's got the Metroidvania style where it's like you get to an endpoint. It's like, well, I don't have the item that can unlock this. I got to go look for it.
I'll be back.
Yeah, and I like the spin they give some items. Like, for example, one of the items you get is like dual machine guns. And it's like, cool, I've got a new attack. But you also use the machine guns to float over big caverns. Like, if you shoot downwards, it like floats you upwards. And it's like, oh, that's cool. I would have never expected
This is real life physics.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, it's pretty cool. And the one thing, there were a few things that bugged me about it. So I liked the combat a lot. I thought it was a bit easy, but I liked like hopping around and beating. Your enemies are like these other robots that look like CRT monitors with like stick men.
Ew,
feet.
Kill them.
Yeah, exactly. Destroy
Burn
the
them all.
CRTs. And you're part of the LCD
You're
revolution.
part of the LCD clan. Like, hey.
You're a tablet, so technically you are. Oh my god, this is actually genocide. I never realized you're the bad guy.
When you call someone a square, you literally insult.
Yeah, exactly. You're cutting them up.
Call them a blockhead.
Hey, standard definition. And you just stab them.
Oh, my eyes. What are you like? Just SD?
So you fight those guys, and like whenever you kill them, there's like this massive explosion of like red color. It's like really beautiful.
Damn.
But you remember in Hollow Knight, like it was always fun exploring. Like I feel the same is true in Kunai, but there were parts where I'd get to the end of like a big area, and I'd literally get to like a place where I can't progress, and I'd get a message being like, "You can't go here. You need to find something." And it's like, cool.
So
now I just need to backtrack all the way.
Yeah.
And the levels don't fold in on each other like Hollow Knight, where it's like, oh, the end of this level, if I take this small part, now I'm at the start of it. It's like I literally have to backtrack through this level that doesn't feel like it was designed for me to backtrack. Like some platforming hazards and stuff feel like kind of weird now that I'm going through them the other way around.
Yeah.
So that was a bit annoying. There's also no fast travel.
I know.
So there's points where you save, which act as your checkpoints. But you can't fast travel between them at all.
Geez,
so like sometimes you just have to run around. So there were long stretches of the game where I had no idea where to go, like at all. And I couldn't be like, okay, this this area of the map, there's like a path I haven't explored. Let me just fast travel there quickly. It's like, no, I have to navigate all the way there.
Damn.
Which is fine if it's like in Hollow Knight, I didn't use fast traveling a lot because exploring that world is just so much fun. But the same isn't really.
Yeah, but I mean, in Hollow Knight, it still was a thing of, that part of the map has been explored. There's a stag station there. Cool,
Yeah.
I can get real close. You know?
Yeah, exactly. I can get close and then just explore there. Like you can't do that here. And the map is definitely smaller than Hollow Knight's, but it was a bit of a pain. Like
I think we're both sitting here though. We're comparing this other indie game to this other exceptionally 10
like
out
one
of
of the best Metroidvanias ever made. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's valid criticism, and I think that's what makes games like Hollow Knight and Kunai stand apart. Is that so? You say in Kunai, you'll run to an area that they'll be like, no, you can't do this now. Go back. Hollow Knight never restricts you. It's designed in a way that you can't get to where you need to go unless you have the right tool or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
So you'll never stumble onto the end of the game because you actually just can't get there.
Oh no, you can't. Yeah, it's. I think its flow is a lot better. Like this one, I think a Metroidvania is meant to make. It's weird. It's meant to make you feel lost, but it's also meant to prod you delicately in the right places.
Yeah.
That you feel lost, but you're always on some critical path.
Yeah, this feels more of a instead of, I mean, it's not an easy design thing. I can't imagine
at
it.
all, yeah.
But
I
it
don't
feels
think.
like a convenient thing of we can't really design this the way we want to.
Yeah.
Maybe let's just block it off and tell players that they have to go back. Or
Yeah.
So, but I mean, it's fair.
It's like we speak about Hollow Knight, like you said, because it's exceptional, because it nails it. I can't imagine how hard it is to balance that. The one thing that also bothers me about Kunai is there's secret chests everywhere, but they're hidden extremely cheaply.
Legit to say they're hidden so well. I'm like, well,
No.
that's what?
Well, yeah, they're hidden in a very cheap way. It's like they're hidden by textures that look identical to walls or whatever. They just, when you get near them, they disappear.
I know.
They're fade away, and it's they're not colored differently or anything to give you an indication. It's just oh, I came across this wall by accident, and now this thing disappeared. Oh, now there's a path. It's like the bullshit for the Crystal Hearts and Celeste.
Those
I
are
feel
perfectly valid.
No, 100% not valid. So that was annoying because it's at least if I'm running through these areas again, maybe I want to hunt down some chests, but they're so weirdly hidden that I'm just no.
Yeah.
I just some of them I can see from another screen. I'm I have no idea how to get there. And yes, that's part of the challenge, but I just feel when you find one, it's more I accidentally stumbled on it instead of, oh, I figured out, I saw a hint and I figured out what was going on here. Even Celeste, it has hidden paths, that only appear when you get close, but the wall will be slightly chipped
yeah. It
or
gives you
something.
some sort of indication.
So it's whenever you see it or if you miss it, when you go back, you go, oh, I just didn't see that. Here it's there's no indication.
Nothing.
Yeah, so that just really annoyed me. I thought that was kind of cheap and annoying. And the chests usually don't have anything really worthwhile. There's got a bit of currency for upgrades and then optional cosmetic hats.
You open the chest and there's a poncho. You're like, fuck.
Yeah, fuck, another poncho.
Damn it, for my collection.
Part. Oh. There's no lightsaber customization in Kunai.
No Kunai customization.
No. But the Kunai looks really cool. I only found out about halfway through my playthrough because I was like, man, some of these bosses are fucking hard. They're shooting so many bullets at me and I can't figure out, I can't dodge them.
Yeah.
So then I was just I don't know how to do this. And then by chance, I rewatched a trailer for the game and I saw the fucking asshole deflecting bullets with sword swipes. I was like, oh my God. I have played this game for half of it without even knowing I could do that.
Deflect shit.
I was just
Well, that's your own mistake.
Why did it teach me that? Did I just not see that?
Well, you're a ninja. You should just know.
Because there was this one boss that is shooting so many bullets at me, and I'm like, how the hell?
You're supposed to do this.
It would have been so much easier killing. I basically killed this boss without knowing that, and it took me an
3
hour
years.
just for that boss.
You're like, this game's cheap.
Yeah, I was like, there's no way I can kill this guy, and I just eventually just brute forced it and managed it, but. Man, it was annoying.
Damn.
Yeah.
But overall, what
good game. Yeah, I gave it a 7 in my review.
7.
Yeah, because it's
That's good though.
It's good. It's it's a lot of fun, and it's got such a great art style, and the platforming is really fun. I just think the backtracking is just quite annoying.
No fast travel. Boo.
No fast travel.
Fallen Order also didn't have fast travel, and I hated it. Fallen Order.
Fuck that.
Backtracking
game
to those
really
levels, I was
fast.
like, oh
that,
my god.
It feels very similar to that, and very similar in the way that like backtracking isn't super rewarding either. It's Fallen Order is a good analogy to that. But yeah, Kunai is good. I would recommend it on the Switch for sure. I enjoyed it quite a bit, and I think it's 100% your type of jam as well.
No, I watched the trailer. I was like, yes,
I think you'll
my
really
game.
like it. Yeah.
But there's too many games to play. There's just so many.
What have you been
we're,
playing?
We're in a quiet period now, so I thought, you know what, let me pick up some of that Dark Souls 3, which I've been dying to play.
I mean, I asked what you were playing, but I know what you've been playing because I watched you.
What? You watched me?
I watched you.
Looked out the window. There was you like just peeping, like, hey,
Yeah. Hey,
what you doing?
hey, how's Dark Souls?
Oh my god. No, so after, I mean, we all know the story now. I played Bloodborne beginning of last year. It was my first FromSoft game. Loved it. Ended up playing Sekiro when it launched. Loved it. So I was like, well, what else could I play from this cool developer? Dark Souls 3. That's a game that came out after Bloodborne.
You become a Miyazaki convert.
I have. And I did consider, like, do I go back to Dark Souls 1 and 2? And then a lot of people have said, no, just play Dark Souls 3. Like,
I think
fine.
especially because you come off Bloodborne, Dark Souls 3 learns a lot from Bloodborne.
Yeah, I didn't know at the time, but I always thought that it was Dark Souls, like the Dark Souls trilogy in a sense, and then Bloodborne.
No.
Bloodborne came out and then Dark Souls came out a year or two after it. So they obviously took a lot of lessons from both the previous Dark Souls and Bloodborne and meshed it into this really, really good FromSoft game. I mean, look, Sekiro came in and mixed up the formulas, but Dark Souls 3 is the Dark Souls formula of, you know, there's so many weapons, so many ways you can play the game, so many different builds you can do. And
It's very different to
it's
Bloodborne
real
in that
hard.
regard. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, it's interesting. I was telling John Michael that when I played Bloodborne, it was a thing of you sort of just have your weapons and you know that it's possible to do like magic, be a sort of a mage. But it's almost very convoluted. It's not
Wait, you're talking about in
straightforward.
Bloodborne?
In Bloodborne, yeah.
Okay.
Whereas in Dark Souls 3, it's almost like, I mean, I'm not building to be a spellcaster, but it's very straightforward. And like, oh, okay, here's spells. If you had put more points into whatever the stats is and equip this weapon, like you could do magic.
Yeah.
I'm like, so it's more straightforward in that way. But I feel
like Bloodborne's definitely one where it's like pick a weapon and that's it.
But Bloodborne with magic specifically, it feels very obscure. I'm like, I feel like you have to play this game a few times to really understand it or look up a guide on how to do it. Whereas Dark Souls, it feels like it's not straightforward, but it's easy enough that it's understandable enough that I know, I'd need to have this staff and then have enough points and then equip these weapons, these spells, whatever. But I didn't do that. I ended up going a dex build. So I'm like...
Yeah, I've seen you with your great... you've got great dexterity.
I'm told that I'm pumping out a shit ton of damage.
It's unbelievable. The one boss... So I was watching you on Tuesday and like you were... I wouldn't say struggling on one boss. You just arrived and you were like, I'm learning his patterns, whatever. But fuck, even the first time you...
I nearly killed him.
You nearly killed him just because like... You were dodging so well, and every time you managed to hit him, you were doing so much fucking damage. And I was like, holy... The only reason he killed you was because you had like very few blood vials.
It's Estus flasks charges,
yeah. I was just like...
Damn.
Yeah, you were like... Every 3-hit combo was like almost a sixth of his life. I was like, holy crap.
Yeah, and I think it's something I learned from Bloodborne in that... So the first time I played Bloodborne really was... I have no idea what I'm doing. I need a bit of health. I want to put a bit of damage. I want to do a bit of this. So I sort of I spread my stat points across a few things.
Build, yeah.
But then when I started my second playthrough of Bloodborne, I knew the game a lot better, and I was just like pumping up my damage numbers, like putting all my points into specific stats. And I've sort of done the same thing in Dark Souls because I know that like a weapon, for example, has a quality that ties it to a stat. So you might have, in my case, say a scimitar where it sort of works better with dex. It gets a rank. I don't know if you've ever noticed there's like E, D, C, B, A.
Yeah.
So like the dex is very much, it's on an S rank now, means that it's like 100% tied to my dex.
Okay.
It does a lot of damage.
Okay.
So knowing that now, I was like, well, I want to build this specific way. So when I started Dark Souls, it really was, here's all my dex points going because I know I'm going to only use these weapons.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm doing so much damage now. But I was telling you before we started recording that, I mean, I've died a lot of times. So when I started streaming on Thursday, I was on like 80 deaths, let's say. And that's a lot of deaths.
Yeah, I think you finished, well, when I stopped watching you on Tuesday, you were on like 69 or 70 days.
Yeah, no, we all know it was 69 because you're like, nice.
I was like, nice, peace out, I'm out.
So, I mean, I've died a lot of times, but I haven't felt that the game has like really stressed me or pushed me.
Yeah, you look pretty comfortable when I was watching you.
But I mean, I don't know if that's a situation of my build. I just understand the game a lot better now. But I got to a boss on Thursday evening, which, like, in typical FromSoft fashion, is like, okay, you sit down.
Oh, you think you're good? Oh,
we're just going to sit you down and rein you back in because, but I don't know what it was, this boss. I've never fought a FromSoft boss and thought, that's just cheap. It's always a result of like, I need to be quicker, or maybe I just don't understand the boss, whatever. This boss, I was running in and just dying like so quickly, and I ended up dying a good 25 times to it. And it was the first time actually I've had in the game.
It's like nearly a third of your total deaths.
Oh yeah, it was like a quarter. And it's the first time in 18 hours of playing the game, I was like, oh my god, like how am I going to kill this boss? So there's still a lot to go. Then I don't know.
Did you end up beating it?
I did end up beating it. Hallelujah.
Nice.
Sources tell me I'm sort of just over halfway through the game, so there's still a lot to go.
Okay.
And I do wonder, like, oh my god.
I see John Michael backseat gaming.
John Michael. It isn't backseat gaming. He just like prods me in the right direction. There was one area we spoke about at work. He's like, have you been to this area? I was like, no, I haven't. I need to get there. So when I started streaming, I was like, I know I need to pull a lever somewhere or get this one bridge to raise, whatever. And I spent like half an hour running around. Eventually it's just like, no, just go to this room, go up the ladder. I was like, there's no ladder there. He's like, there's a ladder there. I go up, I'm like, there's a ladder here.
Who would have thunk?
Who would have thought? So I'm like, well, that sort of advice I appreciate because it's also would have just, it's like obscure enough that...
Especially when you're streaming, I guess.
It's in plain sight, but it's obscure enough that it's not something that'll be simple to figure out.
Especially because you've been there, so in your mind, you're like, there's nothing there.
But in my head, I was like, I need to get to this upper area. I know I need to put a lever to raise a bridge. Turns out there was no lever to raise a bridge. I had to like climb up this ladder, go up to the top of the area, and then fall down into the area I was trying to get. So it's like, okay, that's just obscure FromSoft stuff.
How have you adjusted to the pace of Dark Souls? Because like when I finished Bloodborne, I was like, I understand these games. So I went to try the first Dark Souls, which admittedly is considered one of the harder ones in the series, And I had to adjust to like, okay, cool. I got to be more conservative because now I'm using a shield. I don't get health back when I hit, and the fights are usually a lot slower than in Bloodborne. And it just still fucked me up. Like,
it is weird because I think in Bloodborne you could dodge, but you could also roll, right?
Yes.
Am I crazy in imagining that if you tapped circle once, you dodge? If you tap it twice, you rolled? Or am I completely imagining that?
No, that dodge, that like backward dodge, I think is in Dark Souls 3 because of Bloodborne.
No, but I mean in Bloodborne, if I tapped circle just once, I would in a direction, I would just dodge in that direction,
dash,
like move, dash. But if I double tapped circle, would I roll in that direction? Okay, I'm not crazy. And in Sekiro, it was...
Was there a roll in Bloodborne?
I think there was I'm sure there was a roll.
And there must have been a roll in Bloodborne.
I mean, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure there's a roll.
There's definitely the dash on the one hit, but
yes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there was a roll.
But you understand why I'm getting to that. In Sekiro, there was also a dash, but there was no roll. It was more...
Yes.
It was more just dashing, right?
Yes.
But in Dark Souls 3, I think the muscle memory was there that I kept pushing circle twice. So I was doing double rolls every time.
Yeah.
I'm like, I need to stop that because it's like...
I think you're doing that also because in Fallen Order, it's like that.
You know what? That's actually probably what it is. It's from Fallen Order where I was double tapping
Fallen Order is like one to dash and double dash
that's
to
actually where it's from. Because I'm doing that now.
Yeah.
And it, like, the thing is, you need to like dodge out the way, but still like recover and attack to do damage. But I was doing double rolls. I'm like, that takes too long.
Yeah. And takes all your stamina.
So yeah, and I've had to like break my muscle memory, like, no, just push circle once, that's the roll I need. And then what really screwed me with Bloodborne is that there's no block. You have your secondary weapon which can use to like deflect or stagger.
Yeah.
In Dark Souls you have a shield which you should use.
Yes.
Like it's a shield, you can use it, but I have a shield equipped, but I seldom use it because in my head, I'm like, there's no block. I have to dodge out the way. So that boss I fought on Thursday was actually a good way for me to learn. It was like a skill check on like, no, you should block. Take a few hits on your shield. You take a little bit of damage, but you're not going to die. So yeah, it's been an interesting adjustment. But I think all these games, you reach a point where it just clicks.
Yeah.
So when the first 1 or 2 streams I did of Dark Souls, I was doing fine, but I was doing like shoddy stuff, like having stupid deaths, normal enemies just killing me. And then I reached a point like where you were watching on Tuesday where I fought that boss where it just felt... I'd never fought this boss before, but an attack was coming in, and I was like, "Holy shit!" Like I can read
so
this.
well, like you were dodging.
That was like the game, and I just like gelled. It's like I get this game now. I have
the
a feel
only thing
for
that was messing you up was the fire trails in his
oh
second
yeah,
phase.
god damn.
I did enjoy how you killed him so quickly in his first phase, and immediately you're like, that can't be the whole boss. I'm like,
no, yeah.
You played it from software game before, because that was way too easy, yeah.
I mean, I watched someone playing Sekiro earlier this week, and they were fighting Lady Butterfly, and I was like, hang on. She's only got one little like one little circle. I was like, no, that's not right. She has a second phase.
Yes, and that second phase fucks you up.
It's good. Well,
every time I mess around with the idea of restarting Sekiro because it's been so long since I played, I think of Madame Butterfly and the struggle I had. I'm like, no.
like, no.
I will relearn it. I will
so
not play
good.
that boss again because fuck that boss.
But these games are so interesting that they're not... like they won't appeal to everyone, and that's fine. But so, like I was saying, we were talking about it in the office, and then John, Mark, and I were talking, and I was like, yeah, I died a lot, but I'm loving it so much. And then Noel, who works in the same team as I do, was like, oh, that sounds awful. I'm like, but I love it so much. Like, I don't know why. I just get such a kick out of it.
Well, it was like Lenska when she was watching you play Celeste on the plane, wasn't it?
Yeah.
She's like, how does this bring you joy?
I'm like, it's just it's satisfactory.
It does. It's the frustration of failing and then the satisfaction of overcoming it.
But that's the thing is like I think I've just realized that there's obviously going to be a long period of you hitting your head against the wall in all these games, in Celeste and Dark Souls, all these hard games that we enjoy. But then what I know is that when I finish it, there's going to be that sense of satisfaction. It's like finishing a hard run. Yeah. Like during the run, you're like, oh my God, like my legs, I want to die. And then you finish like, oh, I can't wait to do that again.
It's a great mental exercise because it is, like you said, it's like on a hard run, it's always that like 3, or if you're trying to do a fast 5K, for example, it's always that 3-4 kilometer mark where you're like, I'm tired, my pace is dropping off. So if I want to reach the pace I want, I have to keep pushing. And that is all a mental thing at that point. And it's like these games are the same thing. It's like, do you have the mental determination to be like, I will manage this, you know? But again, it has to go hand in hand with a game that rewards not only persistence, but clever play. Yeah. Because like a Dark Souls is fair, Celeste is fair. There are a lot of games that are artificially difficult that just feel frustrating because it's like this game is cheap as fuck.
Yeah. It's like, well, in order to beat this boss, you need like a little dash of luck and maybe some good RNG, whatever. Whereas Dark Souls, and I mean, I don't think I've fought a boss where I'm like, oh my God, like that was cheap. I've had 1 or 2 enemies, I admit, where, especially in the early stages, they what did they have? It was like, I think they had like a shield and a spear. And I was like, okay, I just need to time my... And like before I've even thought of it, they've like come forward and stabbed me. I'm like, holy shit, that's too quick.
Yeah.
But I think if I play the game enough, I'll be like, you get a feel for it.
Yeah.
Which is,
it's cool. I mean, I totally get people not vibing with that because, you know, I mean, I was the same. I was like, I don't want to play this because I want to just play a game and feel powerful, not really have to think about it and whatever. But I've come around that satisfaction. I mean, in small doses. Like that's why I took a break from Sekiro, because I was like, I'm not getting satisfaction from this anymore because I'm just banging my head against it. So I took a break. And I did the same with Bloodborne. And when I came back, that was when I picked it up proper and I just demolished that game. Yeah. So I'm glad that you're enjoying it. Like, I'm curious to see what's next.
Oh my God.
Bloodborne DLC.
I've got plenty. I still want to do the Bloodborne DLC. I've been told that Dark Souls 3 has also got really good DLC.
Yes, I have heard, yeah.
Which makes
And
you
Dark Souls
wonder.
1 is apparently phenomenal. And then Blue Point's apparently working on a Demon Souls remake.
boy.
So
I don't know.
Demon
But-
Souls is some fucking bullshit
Yeah,
sometimes.
I don't
holy
know if I
shit,
want to do
yeah.
that.
That thing's a whole other thing where it's like if you keep dying in a world, then its neutrality goes down. So you actually have to go to another world and die there for a bit. So
I
that,
know.
because the more you die in a world, the harder it gets.
Oh, shit.
So it's a whole other meta to like
Wow.
think about. Yeah, I'm curious to play that game again because I was in a very different gaming space when I tried
Well,
it. and I
Demon
didn't
Souls
give the
came
time.
out
It was the first one, PS3.
long ago, yeah.
It was the one where it only released in Japan because From Software and Sony at the time, because Sony published
Yeah.
it, didn't think it would have a Western audience. And it was only when they saw so many people importing the game,
They were like, huh.
they're like, yeah. And then I think Sony missed the ball. Sony really could have kept locks on that franchise.
Yeah.
And then was it Bandai Namco?
I don't know.
I think Bandai Namco got up the publishing rights for Dark Souls. Because like, imagine
but-
Sony retained...
But doesn't Activision have the publishing rights now because they did
No,
Sekiro?
only for Sekiro.
Okay.
They published Sekiro, yeah.
Okay.
But it's just like,
Yeah, imagine
Souls
they
was
kept
a
it as an
Sony-
exclusive. Shit, yeah, that would have been
a big get.
deal,
I think that's the one regret Sony has.
And yeah,
at
and
the
I think
time,
they would have pulled it off comfortably. I mean, shit, imagine having all the Dark Souls. The Bloodborne is exclusive, but like Sekiro as well.
But also maybe it wouldn't have worked because like the sort of pace that From Software released all the Dark Souls, maybe them being a little rough around the edges adds to the charm, which maybe Sony wouldn't have allowed. So
Yeah.
I think it'll work. Put it this way, it's not like, oh god, Dark Souls would have been better if Sony was behind.
no.
Like the games are really fucking
From
good.
Software, and the thing is like, it's Dark Souls is a completely different universe, but you see, it's like weird playing it. I'm like, I feel like I'm playing Bloodborne with a different skin in some regard because there's your central hub area. There's a random character you go talk to level up. There's a person who levels up your weapons. It's just like there's the same sort of formula and DNA through it, but it's completely different still in the way it plays and feels.
The one thing I wish Bloodborne had that Souls has is the Estus Flask. Because the one thing I hated in Bloodborne was, farming for vials. I thought
I
that
was
shit.
massively relieved when I played Dark Souls. I was like, huh, these are charges. That's great. Because when I played Sekiro, I was like, oh, thank God, I don't have to like go farm healing because
Yeah.
you got your gourd of healing, whatever.
Yes, yeah. I don't know why they changed that for Bloodborne.
I think one thing that is nice with Bloodborne though is that though you had to farm your blood vials, you had 20 of them at any given time, which obviously you had to take into account with the balancing of the game because shit, I fought some bosses where I burned through all of that, all 20, and I think
I burned through my stock.
yeah, it's like I think of Dark Souls and Sekiro now where it's like, no, you only reach a point of having 8 heals, let's say, in a fight. Whereas Bloodborne, you had 20, but maybe that's a testament to
How different it was.
yeah, how different it was. Maybe the bosses hit a lot harder. Like, I don't know, they balanced it out somehow.
I feel like they put that in there because they were like, hey, we don't have many weapons, so like you're not going to be farming experience for your weapons, so we have to have something that like stretches the game out almost.
But then I thought about that when I was playing Dark Souls 3, I was like, damn, this game really has a lot of weapons. There are so many different, like there's any kind of medieval weapon you can think of. There
I like
are
your Iron
axes,
Spider shield at the moment.
the Spider-Man shield.
Yeah, Spider-Man shield.
But I mean, you get daggers and swords and axes and like everything, clubs, whatever. And I was like, that's cool. Dark Souls 3 really has a lot of weapons. It's weird that Bloodborne didn't have a lot of weapons. And I was like, actually, Bloodborne had a lot of weapons, and each weapon had a secondary form. So it kind of did have the same sort of selection of weapons. I mean, I played Bloodborne, for example. The first weapon I had was that short handle axe. But if you put it,
Cleaver. Oh no,
No.
you took the axe.
but then if you turn it into its alternate form, it like you pull out
Big
a
axe, yeah.
it's like it becomes this big ass axe. So
The thing is, you played it at a time where they had patched. So you know, you use the bloodstones to upgrade them, or bloodstones, whatever.
whatever it was,
And
yeah.
then you needed that
the
really,
gems or-
you needed the really big one to get it to the max of level 10. Now, originally, Bloodborne only had one of those. So you had to pick a weapon. Like there was no point in investing in other weapons because you could only max level out
one,
of
yeah.
them. So
although I think how many were there? Like
now you can get multiple. like they
is it
changed
though?
that.
Because I understood that maybe you still only get like 2 or 3 in the playthrough, but if you want to max out all your weapons, you have to do like New Game Plus or.
No, my understanding is that you get in your first playthrough you get multiple ones, and then yeah, like you said, you get more in New Game Plus, but originally there was only one in its entirety.
Damn.
So when you went to New Game Plus, you had to use the same weapon.
Okay, I understand.
So they changed that in a patch, which I think was extremely positive because then it gave you a reason to go, okay, well, I'm going to pick up Ludwig's Unholy Blade because if I like it, I can at least get it to max.
Yeah.
But if you picked it up halfway through the game, there was no reason to use it because like you're never going to max upgrade it. Like, you just don't have enough resources.
Damn.
So that's why I used the Blood Cleaver the whole way. Although that weapon's fucking cool.
It's really good.
I love the Blood
I think
Cleaver.
the next time I play, that'll be my starting weapon.
I want to play again. And I'm always like, yeah, I'm going to use another weapon. And then I get to the selection and I'm like,
No.
oh, that threaded cane sucks. That axe sucks. Yeah, Blood Cleaver, cool.
I really enjoyed the threaded cane, to be honest. So the first playthrough I
weird.
did the axe, and my second playthrough I had the threaded cane. And I was like, yes, I'm going to whoop everyone into place.
I played a lot with Ludwig's Unholy Blade in one of my playthroughs.
I think
and
I had
quite
that in my
like
first playthrough.
Yeah, I quite like that weapon. Just like a sword and then a bigger sword. It's a good time, yeah.
The point is Dark Souls and Bloodborne and
You haven't played the
FromSoft
DLC.
games.
You haven't even fought
No.
Ludwig yet.
No.
Fuck that asshole.
I will, don't worry.
He's so bad. I hated him.
I'll fight all of the people. But I don't know when I'll find the time because we've got Ori's next month and there's Doom coming and then there's Final Fantasy VII Remake and this year's
Animal Crossing?
wild.
We never got to do all the news about all those delays. Like Cyberpunk,
everything got delayed.
yeah, Cyberpunk 2077
Cyberpunk
got
cancelled.
delayed.
No, I'm kidding.
Oh, good Lord. Cyberpunk got delayed to September. Avengers got delayed to September. RIP Avengers.
Damn.
Ori got delayed to March. Final Fantasy got delayed to April.
Yep. A lot of delays.
Lot of delays.
Well, shall we, speaking of that, so just quickly, I've been playing another game, Pokemon.
Oh, right.
Pokemon Shield,
yes.
but I think in the interest of time, I'll briefly talk about it. Say, I'm enjoying it. I'm about 15 hours
you've
in.
got Shield, right?
I got Shield. You got Sword. We're both playing it, but I'm way further than you are.
Yeah, you are much further than me because I've been playing that Celeste. So
That's the less stuff. I've collected nearly 100 Pokemons.
wow. Okay.
Out of 400, which I'm like, damn.
Who was your starter?
Scorbunny, of course. You know,
Lame.
Scorbunny. It turns into a. The evolution is weird. I think
I've heard Scorbunny's final evolution is the best one.
it's really cool, but it's just. Well, not weird, I guess. It's just interesting how it goes from this cute, adorable little bunny to the mid tier evolution. You're like basically a ninja.
Oh, really?
bunny.
Okay, I'm down.
What's his name? I can't remember.
Spawn
And
Ninja,
no, it's not. It's like what Reboot or something.
Rip
No,
Ninja,
I can't remember.
Kunai.
And then the third form, you just like this tall, like the glow up on Scorbunny is real. You're like this adult badass bunny. I'm like, damn, okay. Yeah, but I'm enjoying Pokemon Shield, but we'll talk about it more at length next week.
Cool. Yeah, I chose Sobble and I've hardly played, but
Because you've been too busy crying.
yeah, whenever I get super irritated by Celeste, I'm like, fuck it, I'm going back to Pokemon.
I'm just gonna go
Let's get-
cry in Pokemon.
Pokemon's-
Sobble, hold me.
Pokemon's real fucking easy, so like,
Yeah, we'll talk about it next week. It's my first real Pokemon game, and I'm enjoying it. But I have some niggles, and I'm like, maybe
we should trade.
we should trade. Yes. Have you caught the Sword Pokemon yet?
No.
Don't talk to me on my kid ever again.
Wow. Oh, well, I guess you want that one, yeah.
Yes.
And let's check all the other exclusives. I think there are quite a few that we can trade. Hell yeah. And then we can do raids. Okay.
What is coming out?
Game releases. February is a bit of a weird, like, wet towel month before the big March. So there's some good shit coming out in Feb, but it's like spread out.
Yeah.
So looking at releases between February 8th to February 14th. Happy Valentine's Day.
Yay.
Play some games with a loved one. February 11th is Yakuza 5 Remastered. So this is part of Sega remastering all the PS3 Yakuzas. They were doing it in like phases. So this is just Yakuza 5 now on PS4.
Is Yakuza 5 a PS3 game?
It was, yeah.
What is?
Yakuza 6 was PS.
PS4. Okay, and then
PS4.
what?
And then there's
Yakuza
0 and
okay.
because they remade 0 and they did 1 with Kiwami. 1 and 2 Kiwami, and then they've remastered 3, 4, and now 5.
Oh, just so many Yakuzas.
And they're all coming to PC as well. But this one's just release date for PS4. So
Nice.
we got Darksburg, not Drakensberg, Darksburg. Steam Early Access, February 12th. Necronator, I think.
Necronator?
Necronator, like narrator, but dead.
Dead Wrong is what the game's called, but also the name of the game.
Necronator, Dead Wrong, Steam Early Access, February 13th. Florence, coming to PC and Switch. This was announced last week, I think. Yeah.
Listen, this game's like not even an hour long, but it's 100% worth playing.
I think I played it in like 45 minutes. What I'm curious to see is, I felt this game worked purely on mobile because all of its mechanics were tied so beautifully to a touchscreen.
Yeah, so I wonder if it's going to be like, I suppose with a mouse or...
I feel like a mouse isn't the same.
Not quite the same, yeah. But I think the story and the actual game is still there.
Switch, you could still play touchscreen, for sure. And
turn your Switch on its side.
Yeah, exactly.
It becomes a giant phone.
I definitely think if you're picking this up for the first time... Okay, firstly, you have a smartphone, so... I would, even though it's coming out on other platforms, I would recommend it on mobile.
You have a phone, right?
Yeah, you have a phone.
You can play Diablo and Florence.
Exactly, Diablo Immortal and Florence.
Nice.
I mean, if Blizzard had just said that on stage, everyone would
be like, "Oh, cool, man."
Exactly. But I think you should play it with touch controls as much as you can, because there are parts there like I'm not trying to give anything away, but the picture, like that needs touch.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. There's no way a mouse gives you the same feeling of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, play Florence because it's beautiful. If you have a loved one in your life, play it with them because you will cry. It's fucking crazy
become
sad, that
Sobble.
game. I was on a... Fuck, I keep doing this on flights. Like, I was with you, and I was like, I watched The Room with Brie Larson, and you're like, man, that movie's sad. Be careful. I was like, it's fine. I was on the plane, and I was like, no, it's so sad. And then I played Florence on the plane, and the same fucking thing happened. I got to the end, I was like, oh, fuck.
It was like silently crying. Your neighbor's like, are you okay?
I was just like sniffing, and I was like, no, hold it together, no.
Do it together.
God. And then Shani played it on the plane, and I kept like glancing over like to see when she was by the end, and then she finished it, and I looked at her, and she was like, what? I'm like, aren't you sad? She's like, yeah, it was sad. I'm like, fuck's sake, cry!
Damn you.
Show your emotions. She was like, it wasn't that sad. I was like,
this is the relationship I have with Lenska. I'm the baby. I'm like, Then she finally said, yeah, it was sad. Why'd you cry? I go, I don't know.
our girlfriends are monsters. Did you play it with Lenska, or did she play it?
No, she played it by herself, yeah.
I know.
She was like, yeah, it was sad, but I was like...
I was like, straight up, I was so sad. I know good old Greg Miller, him and his wife, Genevieve, they played... They played together, like split earphones and whatever, and I'm like, oh my God.
Oh, jeez.
I would die.
It's like...
Yeah, no. That game is special, and it's got one of the coolest dialogue mechanics in a game I've played
it's
in a while.
It's got a good everything, like the soundtrack, the visuals.
Soundtrack's lovely.
It's real good.
The visuals, the gameplay mechanics, it's a 45 minutes that you won't forget for a long time. Yeah, play Florence. Demon Ex Machina, which was previously a Switch exclusive, coming to PC on February 13th. I didn't like this game, so I'm not huge into mech games, and this is a very, very big mech game, so I'm just like...
Darksiders Genesis, a.k.a. Diablo clone, I think.
Oh, yes, yeah, this is the Diablo clone, you're right. So this came out on PC last year. So now it's finally out on PS4, Xbox One, and Switch.
Guess what Nicola's doing on Valentine's Day?
Playing some Dark Souls.
Not spending time with his fiance.
I remember Darren reviewed this, and he said it was pretty good.
Yeah.
So curious.
I think games like this in general, I mean, there's a difference between having an exceptional dungeon crawler and like an okay one, but for the most part, the formula is solid. If you're feeding me this casual drip that I'm getting slightly stronger with better loot and leveling up, I'll love your game.
Yeah.
So if it follows that sort of formula, how can it be a
it's a good power trip, and it continues the story of that thing. You're playing as Strife, I think it is, with guns and whatever.
You are the surprise eighth horseman of
fuck's sake at this point. Warriors Orochi 4 Ultimate coming to PC, PS4, Xbox One, Switch, February 14th. No idea what that shit is. Street Fighter 5 Championship Edition, PC and PS4, February 14th.
How many Street Fighters are we going to get?
Too many, because they're all bad.
Street Fighter 5 Championship Edition. And people give Pokemon a bad rap for the DLC that it got now.
And then the pick of the week, I think, Dreams, PS4, February 14th. It's actually out on February 11th for people who bought into the early access alpha edition. It's out 3 days before, but I am super stoked to play
How
Dreams.
can mirrors be real for ours?
This has been Checkpoint Chat, episode 85. I'm done.
This is Dreams. Yeah, I'm excited for Dreams. It's a weird thing because it's not a game.
It's a game engine.
The thing is, so this is Dreams is made by Media Molecule, the same dudes who did Little Big Planet and Tearaway. So if you've played Little Big Planet, for example, you know that Little Big Planet has its own campaign and it's got its own little story, but it also had a whole side to it where it was community created levels. You're given a whole toolkit to make levels. Dreams is like, it feels like 99% that. It's just a toolkit to make games. And I think Media Molecule, to make it more palatable to everyone, have now included a campaign mode, because I don't think they were going to ship it with a campaign mode.
No, yeah, it was like a weird thing where it was like, so wait, you're just giving us the tools to make other games.
I think it's a difficult thing to market, like, no, it's not a game, it's just a toolkit for making games. Now they can be like, no, it's got a campaign, but the primary hook is it's just, I don't know, if you have to kind of watch a trailer to get it and understand how innovative and crazy this sort of
There's been already
game
just
is.
in the beta, like so many games. I'm like, shit,
Do you know
this is so cool.
This game was announced in like 2013.
Yeah, no, it's been
holy shit. I mean, I was busy reading up on it yesterday. And I was like, damn, I don't remember.
It was for a while. It was like this thing's cancelled. The Media Molecule's gone. Like,
I remember there was a weird period of like, what happened to Dreams? Because when they showed it, it's a hard thing to demo as well. Because they're like,
hard.
This is Dreams. Like, it looks.
I think
this is what art must look like.
I think the Dreams they initially pitched has changed drastically.
No, I'm sure.
Like, I think the core idea is still there, but I think the scope of it has just grown.
But I really love the studio. I think the stuff they've done with Little Big Planet and Tearaway, it's like these two highly imaginative, very different experiences.
Tearaway was so cool on the Vita.
I mean,
unbelievably cool.
like Little Big Planet, the whole aesthetic was like, it's. How would you describe Sackboy? It's like this little stitched together.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, and then Tearaway, the aesthetic was like origami, basically.
Yeah, it was really cool.
The whole world was made out of paper.
It worked with the Vita so well. Like, you would tear pieces of paper away at the world. Like, it was.
So point is, they're really good at like driving this whole imagination thing, and I think Dreams is an interesting platform.
I think the one Dreams game I've seen for a while that I absolutely love is the one where the whole UI mimics like a news report, like a CNN report, and you play as like a monster that is just destroying a city. I think it's so cute. It's so awesome. Cute and so cool.
That's very cool.
Yeah, I'm super excited to jump into Dreams just because I want to see what people make with it, but I also want to see what I can make with it, you know. So yeah,
that's the last game.
It's out on February 14th on PS4.
Happy Valentine's Day. Buy your loved one a dream.
Yes. Make a Valentine's card in Dreams.
In Dreams.
Hey, that's a good
idea. Because you could do that.
Yeah, you could do that. Yeah. We're looking at news.
There's been so much news over the past 3 weeks, but what, you can get Harley Quinn in Fortnite?
That Birds of Prey movie, real good.
You enjoy it?
I really liked it. I think it's easily the best DC movie. Easily. And it like tons of fun. Really good good movie. Margot Robbie, fucking good.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Robbie.
So let's
Apex got a new champion.
So yeah, Apex got a new champion, Revenant.
I have no idea. I know what he does, but
he's got some ability where you can stay alive on like a sliver of health for like 10 seconds or something. No,
my understanding is that he puts a beacon down or something, and if any of your teammates die, they'll teleport to that beacon with 1 health. I think it's his ultimate. So yeah, it's interesting.
That's pretty cool. Okay. So he's out.
Yeah.
What was cool was that Respawn did a whole like bait and switch. Everyone thought it was going to be this other character, and then through these like short little like story trailers, that character just got killed by Revenant, and it's like, oh cool,
oh boy,
this is actually the character.
This is the guy.
I think Respawn's doing some cool stuff with that world.
It blows my mind that Apex has only been out like a year.
Yeah, it
feels like it's been out way longer.
It's really hit its stride, that game. Yeah,
it's on season 4 now. So.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
There were a lot of earnings calls this week.
4 million of them at least.
The gist of it is basically microtransactions are making tons of money.
Shocker.
I think EA made $2 billion in the last three months just on
Shit.
Activision. I can't remember if it was in the same period, the 3 months, or their financial year. They've made like close to $4 billion just on microtransactions. Jedi Fallen Order sold very well, so I expect a sequel to that.
Yes.
Activision's in a weird spot. They basically said yes, there's a new Call of Duty this year, but they didn't really say anything else about AAA games. I think the mobile money is like keeping them super afloat at the moment.
Yeah.
There was a leak of like a Crash Bandicoot mobile runner that's coming out. They
Shit.
did mention though that they are looking at more remasters for this year. So what from Activision's library would you like to see remastered? Guitar Hero. No.
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 I know Activision is a weird one because I know they don't only do Call of Duty, but that's all I associate them with.
Yeah.
Could we get a Sekiro remaster, please?
Yeah, just give it Sekiro 2.
That's fine. I'll do that.
Yeah. EA also had their big financials earnings, and they basically said in their next financial year, which is March from this year to March of next year, they have 5 AAA games coming out.
Oh God, FIFA 21 been leaked,
and 3 of those will be by the end of this year. So that has to be Watch Dogs, Gods and Monsters, and Assassin's Creed. Maybe an Assassin's Creed. I mean, Jason Schreier did say, because everyone was speculating on the last two. I can't remember the third one the Rainbow Six Siege quarantine thing, that like cooperative shooter. And Jason Schreier of Kotaku fame basically said that the other two are what you expect: Assassin's Creed and Far Cry. No Splinter Cell.
No Splinter Cell. Rip Sam Fisher.
And then I saw some people asking about Skull and Bones, the ship.
Oh my God,
game.
what happened to that game?
So Jason Schreier also commented on that and basically said that the creative director left a while ago and that game is going through big transformation and we probably won't see it for a while. So I'm like...
Weird.
It's amazing that game's still in dev, because if it's going through that much turmoil, I thought they would have canned it by now.
Pulled the play. I mean, that game was announced like 4, 5
I played it
years
at 2
ago.
E3s now.
Really?
Yeah.
Shit, what did you think of it?
I thought it was fun. I thought it was fun, but it's also like, it's a multiplayer ship game. Like, what fucking audience are you aiming for here? Like,
I've got to modernize it. 100 ships land on an island.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Now we're getting something.
100 ships land in an ocean.
Ubisoft also said that all the games coming out later this year will have next-gen support. Speaking of next-gen,
Wow.
PlayStation 5's got a website.
Wow, it got a whole website. And the website says sweet nothing.
Yeah, no, nothing.
It's
It basically says that they are not ready to reveal anything.
It's like, PS5 exists. I'm like, we know that.
Check this dope-ass logo.
Yeah, logo.
In an earnings call, Sony did say that their price for the PS5 is still undetermined and made allusions to maybe waiting on their competition before deciding their price. So think of the Spider-Man pointing at Spider-Man meme.
Yeah.
That's Microsoft and Sony at the moment,
Like,
waiting
hey,
for someone
you
to
go
pull. Yeah, you go first. No, you.
How much do you think that they're both going to be?
There's all these rumors, and I really hope it's not the case, that because of the Series X being so powerful,
It's going to be
like
super expensive.
Microsoft is really aiming for power on this one. That the launch price will be like $600, and that PS5 will be aiming for something less powerful but go at $500. And I'm like,
Those are real expensive.
on the one hand, I'm like, Microsoft, you're making the same mistake. But then I remember that the PS4 launched as the more powerful console and cheaper. So now this will be the real deciding, like, do you want more power or do you want the cheaper console?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Who knows?
I don't know. I'm curious.
Yeah, it's interesting.
And Phil Spencer is also, I mean, they haven't revealed price for the Xbox One or the Series X. That's the thing. But it keeps leaking, that bloody thing. We've got like the ports on the backside. Apparently that little like white slot is for expandable storage. So yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting.
New hardware.
We're going to have to wait too long to find out though.
No, I mean, E3, Microsoft's going to be at E3, Sony won't be at E3, but E3 is only 4 months away. Fuck!
What's Nintendo announcing this year? Mm-hmm.
Not a new Switch, according to the earnings call. No new Switch coming this year. Told you there was so many earnings calls this week.
The Switch DS.
Switch Pro is not happening this year.
No.
Not happening.
Good. I don't need the Switch Pro.
But
Switch is fine.
The Nintendo Switch has now sold more than the SNES. It's sold 52 million consoles. You believe it?
It has sold more than the Xbox One.
Well, we assume because Microsoft just stopped recording.
Really?
Yeah, they stopped reporting Xbox sales figures. But the estimation is that they're around 45.
45, yeah. Which is still like 45 million consoles is not something to scoff at, but when you put it against the PS4, it's like the PS4 is over 100 million.
Yeah, the PS4 is outsold.
The PS4 has outsold the PS2, which I thought was insane.
No, it hasn't.
I think this week it has.
No. It outsold the Wii.
This is the Wii.
Yeah, the PS2
sorry.
is still the highest-selling
The PS2,
console,
you're right. Yeah, the PS2 is like, I don't think it'll ever
The PS4,
catch that
the PS4 is the second best home console.
So, yeah, you're right. It's the Wii. Because I was, in my mind, I was like, nothing will ever catch the Wii. It was so good. And then the PS4 was like, sub-fan.
I actually thought it was swapped. I thought the Wii was the best-selling console of all time. But the Wii sold like 101 million. And now the PS4 is at 102 or something like that. Yeah. But both Microsoft and Sony say sales are slowing down. Not unexpected with new hardware coming out soon.
But I think they're still going to sell that because you will probably expect like, especially going into next gen, price cuts.
Yeah. No, with the price cut, I think they'll definitely
get some last numbers in. Yeah.
But yeah, the Switch is selling like hotcakes. It's like Nintendo basically hasn't seen the Switch Lite cannibalizing any of their core Switch sales. I think they said the Switch Lite sold like 7 million units itself. Pokemon in 1 month sold 16 million copies.
That is just
completely absurd. There's no exclusive on any other platform that sells like that.
That sells that well, yeah.
Like Uncharted does not sell like that. God of War doesn't sell like that. It's crazy. So Nintendo,
people love their Pokemon.
Yeah, for all the backlash of like Game Freak ruined Pokemon. It's like one of the best selling.
Still a lot of people.
So that's earning call minute.
Earning call black hour. She's like.
Other news, good old Rod Ferguson.
Oh, this was interesting.
Yeah, I was quite shocked by this. So he is basically one of the, everyone thinks of Cliff Bleszinski when it comes to Gears of War, but Rod Ferguson has been there with Cliff, from the get-go. And he became the creative director of the new Gears of War stuff happening at Microsoft's The Coalition studio. So he did Gears 4 and recently Gears 5. And then just suddenly, he's stepping back in March and he's joining Blizzard and will be the boss of the Diablo franchise going forward, which is fascinating.
I 100% expect chainsaws in Diablo now.
What's fascinating to me about this is they've announced Diablo 4, but now they're bringing in a completely new director to oversee the future of Diablo. So, will they change the direction of this current Diablo, or...
I don't know.
This is very fascinating.
But even just that move itself, it's like, it's such a... I mean, like if I put Gears next to Diablo, just for argument's sake, I can see it sort of fitting because Gears is like this, real washed up, destroyed world. Diablo is the same thing, like very dark and gritty. So in that regard, it kind of makes sense. But it's just weird to have this guy who's done like cover-based shooters go oversee Diablo, which is like arguably one of Blizzard's biggest and oldest, most iconic franchises.
Yeah.
So... yeah, I'm quite curious to see what he does there.
I think, him leaving Coalition does make sense to me because it's like 5 Gears of Wars. Maybe he's just done.
I think he's been there for like 15 years.
At least on the Gears of War franchise.
Yeah.
But yeah, to move to the Diablo franchise was the shock to me.
Yeah.
I'm very curious because apparently Diablo 4 is like still quite a while.
I think it's a way out.
Yeah. They said they might be planning alpha tests this year, but anyone thinking it's out this year, I think is
definitely
setting
not.
themselves up for disappointment.
For major disappointments.
The coronavirus is wreaking a bit of havoc in the gaming world. Outer Wilds on Switch, the port has been delayed due to health precautions. The studio is closed.
Oh, is that studio based in China?
I think maybe the studio responsible for the port.
But no, for the port, they're in China.
I know Nintendo also said that Switch production will be slightly impacted by the coronavirus. There's reports now going around, speculating that maybe next gen might be pushed out to next year because of the coronavirus. Because they are weeks away from going into mass production. So
that's true. Shit.
Like if this continues to be a health concern, obviously the health of people far more important than fucking consoles. But like, yeah, it just shows how quickly this starts affecting little microcosms of.
I was just gonna say it's a thing of like it's very easy for us to sit back and like, oh well, it's shame, like poor China having this outbreak, but it's gonna impact a lot of things that like indirectly.
I mean, Blizzard cancelled some Overwatch events there.
It's hectic, sure.
Yeah, travel's been affected. It's a big thing. What else?
You're lekker, man.
Because Final Fantasy VII Remake got pushed back to April, the year exclusivity, because apparently it's going to be exclusive for a year on PS4, got pushed back by a month as well, obviously. So, yeah.
That's so funny.
It might be coming to Xbox, it might be coming to PC, who knows?
I wonder how that game's going to run on the base PS4. Because it looks real pretty.
Yeah, no. Let's not go there. Wow, that's a lot of reviews.
That's a lot of nuts.
That's a lot of nuts. Yeah, I think that's most of the big news. I can't think off the top of my head of anything else that was.
No, I think honestly, the past 3 weeks, it's been not like slow news, but the biggest things were the delays.
Yeah.
Especially like Cyberpunk being delayed. We never covered that, but that was a big like holy shit. That was a big
thing, yeah. And all the way to September as well. As part of the earnings call, Ubisoft basically didn't mention Beyond Good and Evil, so that's not coming out anytime soon. If it's not in their next financial year plans. What else? I'm just looking through some headlines here. Nothing I really see that's huge. So I think we can...
just bounce, eh? To some questions. Just bounce to questions.
So if you want to send us a question, you can at checkpointchatpodcast... checkpointchatpodcast@gmail.com. checkpointchatpodcast@gmail.com. You can email us, or you can find us on Twitter at checkpointchat, on Instagram at checkpointchat. Matty always puts up questions there. Or with facebook.com/checkpointchat.
I don't think
Get involved.
Don't be there or be square.
Be there or be square.
I don't think we had anything on Facebook. Nope. I know we had a friend of mine, Cello, sent a whole lot of questions like on our last
Is Cello
episode.
the new Migs?
Yes. About 3 or 4 weeks ago, and I just somehow missed all those questions.
What an asshole.
Which highly upset him. Oh no, I had it open, now it's gone. Oh god.
Sorry, Cello, can't answer them anymore.
Yes, we're just not gonna have to answer them.
Yeah.
Damn it, where did I go? Hang on. I'll find it very quickly.
Watching
there we
Matty
go. Got it.
Oh my god, that's a lot.
That was a lot of questions, so we're gonna have to fly through this.
Let's fly. Cello, this is the Cello ZA moment.
Wow, when we see WTF we read what the fuck, but when we see lol we don't read laugh out loud.
Shit. Are you sure Jaden Smith didn't send this message?
How can our eyes be real if mirrors aren't real?
Jesus Christ.
How can mirrors be real
if all our eyes see are mirrors?
If eyes aren't real? I don't know.
I hate that quote so much because it's so dumb.
It's
I don't know, actually.
It's not dumb. You're just not woke enough, bro.
Wow.
Do you look at yourself in the mirror?
I look at myself in the mirror.
How?
Every day.
But eyes
with my fucking eyes.
Damn. Okay. Do you have an answer? No?
No, I actually have no idea. I just go lol. I even say lol.
Lol. Even me. It's such a...
It's funny that I'll say lol but not actually laugh.
You go, lol. That was so funny.
Yeah, exactly.
Hilarious. Lol.
We live in a world of hyperbole.
We do. How did they create dinosaur sounds if no one ever heard it? I mean, imagine. Okay, say for argument's sake, we did build a time machine, and we go back in time and we see them dinosaurs. What sounds do you think they would make?
I think the dinosaurs wouldn't look like what we think they look like, and they'd just be big chickens. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, right, it's a T-Rex.
T-Rex will come at you like, it's like laying egg on you.
I don't know. I mean, I suppose even in recent, well, not recent years, but like late 90s, early 20s, there was a whole thing of like, well, dinosaurs are actually more like birds, you know? So I think that, they had feathers, and even that changed the way they were perceived. Because when I was growing up, dinosaurs all looked like these giant leathery reptiles. But I think any modern day interpretations, like, no, there's chances are they're more
They
bird-like
need to
than
remake
we-
Jurassic Park with
birds.
Yeah.
Giant. No!
Listen, I've got chickens here, and the way they run, I'm just like, you guys are like some fucking offspring of velociraptors.
Yeah, do you have PTSD? You like run, like, no, stop, no, don't kill me.
Don't move. They can't see you if you don't move.
Oh, clever girl.
Yeah.
If you do a good deed in order to feel good about it, is it kindness or business?
Wait, if you do a good deed
in order to feel good about it, is it kindness or business?
I think it's a bit of both. It's a transaction with yourself to feel good about it, but at the same time, you're making someone else feel good about
Shake your own
themselves.
hand and say, pleasure doing business with you.
Exactly.
You say, thanks. You too.
You like help an old lady across the road and you give her a handshake and be
Here
like,
you go.
here's my invoice.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Here's my happiness invoice.
Oh my God. Imagine. I don't know. I think it probably is a bit of both.
Why is Cello bringing all these morally obscure...
I don't know. Is there such a thing as knowledge if everything we know is subject to debate?
I hate this so much.
He asks these questions because I know he likes to put us on the spot.
Does he ask
an
these while you're
asshole.
playing Counter-Strike?
Yes, he comes up with. No, sometimes he just has questions like, well, I don't know, like shit.
But he's wrong about that. There are certain facts that are just facts, and I will stand by that.
Water is wet. I can
Water is
confirm.
wet. Water.
This isn't subject to debate. If I threw this
Yes.
glass in your face, would you be like, it's not actually wet. It's just I'm the opposite of dry.
The Earth is flat. It's not open to debate.
God.
I'm not opening this up. We are not flat earthers. Fuck off.
Well, now we know you are. I mean,
Wow.
that's one of those you throw out to, like, if everyone's on the same page, it's like, yeah, the earth is flat. And everyone's like, yeah, that's what I would have said. I was just joking. God, hilarious. God, no one believes the earth's flat. Could someone please convince Matthew to play Undertale? Have you played Undertale?
No, but I've also been told I need to play Undertale. I've heard it's got good music and it's one of those like
iconic
memorable games. Yeah.
Well, the thing is,
So I've been told the same. Don't worry.
how about this, Sheila? I'll play Undertale the day you finish Celeste.
I'll play Undertale the day you stop asking.
Do you want to
morally.
be triggered with me? He says that Celeste is a basic platformer.
You'll get fucked.
Yeah.
Don't even answer the
Just
rest
get
of these
out.
questions.
Yeah,
Just close that image.
screw these questions. You go to a fancy
Stop
restaurant.
playing Counter-Strike and play a real game.
Play a real game.
Celeste.
Like my good guy Jaden. He played Celeste.
Yeah.
He finished it. He's
Yeah.
going to do B-sides. Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's go.
yeah. I want to see you do a B-side.
Oh,
You
yeah,
think
come
getting an
on.
ace in Counter-Strike is hard? Pff,
Oh my God, you've done nothing. You go to a fancy restaurant with an unlimited budget. What is your starter, main, and dessert? I can tell you my desserts. It's
You see,
probably
if I knew what type of restaurant, this would make it easier. But now I'm like, my brain's going in all sorts of
pick.
different
It's a
directions.
restaurant that does everything.
That doesn't help.
What is your ideal starter? I don't even know what my ideal starter is. Even mains is such a tricky one because like I'm a pizza guy, but I do like a good steak, like a good Portuguese steak. But also
I like, it's weird, but I like having like sushi and like dim sum as starters.
Yeah, I was also thinking sushi's like one of those things where sushi's expensive.
Yes.
I can eat a lot of it. If I have an unlimited budget, sushi would be great.
But I like it as a starter because I don't like having just a meal of sushi. So like a 6 or 8 piece
I'm with
California
you there.
fancy California rolls. I'd smash that as a starter.
Salmon roses.
Ooh,
Okay,
yeah,
that's the
yeah,
start.
boy.
We're having some sushi starters, and then for main, what are you having as
Oh
your
man,
main?
it could be so many different things depending on the day. Fancy
So many
restaurants.
choices. What is a fancy restaurant?
I'd probably, you know what, fuck it. If I can choose anything, then I'm at a fancy restaurant that makes really, really, really delicious and fancy shawarmas, and I'd smash a fancy
I'm gonna do a
shawarma.
shawarma. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a fancy pizza.
Fancy pizza. What's on a fancy pizza?
Just chicken and
Caviar,
avocado.
truffle oil,
Chicken and avocado, maybe.
chicken. So like Wagyu
truffle.
chicken, like Wagyu beef, but Wagyu
yeah,
chicken.
it has to be Wagyu chicken. It has to be real fancy.
Good
Have-
girl. Clever girl.
Clever. What? Speaking of fancy Italian places, have you seen there's a new place in Parkhurst called Modena?
No.
Where the Vovatello used to be.
Oh, really?
They make real
But there
good
used
food.
to be a fancy Italian place in Parkhurst on that main street as well, and I think it's gone. They used to do fresh pasta, and now they're gone.
No, it's I know exactly which one you're talking about.
There's something to Soul or something like that.
Is it like a little cafe vibe? There's little tables outside.
Yeah.
Yes, it's next to a toy store.
Oh,
No, I'm asking it.
I can't remember.
I'm sure it's still there. It's a place you're thinking of.
It was
Could be
very
wrong.
expensive pasta, but delicious.
So yeah, Modena is like real nice, but also real expensive. Well, it depends what you order.
I went to 2 really good Italian places in Cape Town. I went to Massimo.
Massimo,
The
it's the most
best pizza-
Italian place.
It's owned by Italians, and apparently
Well,
the
of course,
best
Massimo.
the best pizza in Africa. So
Or
it was
whatever.
pretty fucking
Have you
good.
eaten at Franco's?
Yes, I have, and it was delicious. And then I went to a place in Sea Point called Golossa, which reminded me of Franco's because it's like a family-owned.
Oh,
And I had a calzone there that blew my mind.
damn.
You saw that calzone. It was
I know, it
delicious.
looked absolutely. My favorite thing was when you sent the photo, people were like, it looks so bland. I'm like, you guys don't know anything. It is clearly stuffed with something delicious.
And then I opened it, and I was like, hell
You're
yeah.
like, yes, this
Fuck
is
yeah.
heaven.
This is
What-
basically
what-
pizza pie.
What's your dessert?
A good ice cream. A very good ice cream.
Either a good ice cream or a good creme brulee.
I'm not huge on creme brulee.
What?
I like a good apple pie.
I can't make eye contact with you
Good apple
anymore.
pie. You like the creme? Do you like the and you like crack it?
it's
Am
so
I thinking of the right thing?
Yes, that's
Okay,
creme brulee.
cool. That's creme brulee. That's fine.
Or lemon meringue pie.
Okay, yeah. Okay, now we're on the
This is
same
a middle
page.
ground,
Now
okay.
we're on the same page.
Recommend one book, one game, one series, and one movie, and say why I'd recommend it. Holy shit. One game, Celeste.
Yeah.
Play
fuck you,
Celeste. Play Celeste, not a basic platform.
Yeah,
actually.
play Celeste and
Jesus.
play Florence.
Recommend one book.
Console Wars.
Yeah, it's
I
the
think it's a cool
console.
game. Cool book.
If we're on the gaming spectrum, Console Wars is real good.
Console Wars. Oh, actually, Jason's Rise, Blood, Sweat, and Pixels, because
Oh, wait,
everyone who plays games should understand how hard it is to make games, and I think that is a quintessential book. for that.
Actually, I was thinking of that, not Console Wars.
Yeah. Series.
One series. You know what series I love that I'd love to rewatch was Lost. Did you ever watch Lost?
I never watched Lost. No.
That to me, and I think we've spoken about this before, that to me was the same sort of, maybe not on such a grand scale as Game of Thrones, but that was 100% a show where it's like, oh my God, like what are they going to do next? Like shit. Like,
It had that ambition.
I can't wait to see what they do next.
Yeah.
That is real good.
You
I
should
enjoyed
watch
it.
Watchmen because it's done by the same guy, Damon Lindelof.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
It's real good. And also watch The Leftovers, which good friend of the show, Neelan, he swears by that show. It's 3
Damn.
seasons. It's also Damon
The
Lindelof,
Leftovers.
and it's incredible. Yeah. A series that I like, actually recently just started watching Jack Ryan on Amazon Prime. Real good. Actually, first season was real good. I didn't really like the second season that
Damn.
much. But the first season was pretty fucking cool. I enjoyed it. Good old John Krasinski. I like him.
Krasinski.
You know
And,
John Krasinski from The Office?
Yes.
Yeah, it's real good.
He's good.
And A Quiet Place.
I haven't seen A Quiet Place.
Dude, watch
Is
A
it
Quiet
good?
Place is very good. Yeah,
Oh,
there's my
God.
recommended movie for you. Watch A Quiet
Recommended movie.
Place.
My recommended movie. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World.
Very good movie.
That movie, I love it.
It was
so
actually in
much.
the news this week. They want to maybe make a sequel.
What?
Like
Take my
a
money.
sequel like 20 years in the future. Yeah.
I'll watch it.
I'll watch it. I love that
That
movie.
movie I watched, I went in not knowing that it's like loosely based on a comic book or something, but I
Yeah.
knew nothing about it.
Yeah.
And I watched it, I was like, this is the best movie I've
It's
ever seen.
ridiculously fun.
I was like, this movie was made for me. It's
Yeah.
like a proper, it's so
and it's
good.
done by oh, good lord, now I'm blanking.
I was going to remember he's the director.
He's this guy who did Baby Driver.
Edgar Wright.
Edgar Wright, that's the
There.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the one. Next question. What is in your fridge?
Food?
I have.
I actually have very little in my fridge at the moment.
I know that I have half a watermelon in my fridge, which is left there by my father-in-law for, I think he ran out of space in their fridge in the main house.
So it's not your watermelon.
It's not my watermelon.
So you don't get to
So
eat
it was left there, but it's like been there long enough that we have to throw it away.
Oh, no.
I think he forgot it was there. It's like, damn it.
You should have just eaten it.
Well, it wasn't for us. It was ours.
Watermelon's delicious.
It's delicious.
It's like mostly water.
Other than that, we've got bottles of water. We've got some cheese.
Do you have
I
chocolate?
finished our last beer yesterday. We actually do have some chocolate in the fridge. I don't know why.
I
it's
remember
there.
you eating chocolate at like midnight during the stream. I was like, you're a
chocolate.
monster.
It's delicious. And nectarines. We've got in the fridge. Our fridge is actually
delicious.
relatively empty at the moment.
Yeah,
It's like
ours is
bits
the
and
same.
pieces.
We've got lots of fruit. I've got lots of mangoes. I like
mango.
Do you know that one mango has the same sugar content as a can of Monster? And just because
Lies.
it's natural sugar doesn't mean shit.
It's good for you, bro.
That's why when people drinking mango juice and there's like 8 mangoes in there, you're going to
Yeah.
get fat.
I'm being healthy.
No, you're not. You're the worst.
You're the worst. Jesus.
Fruit juice is bad.
I mean, it's
Sugar water.
actual sugar water. If you could close one fast food chain, which one would you close and why? Jeez. One fast food chain.
What fast food chain do I hate?
I don't know if I hate a fast food chain.
I wish I could just close down KFC's chips.
Just the chips.
Those
What's
chips
wrong
are
with the chips?
dreadful.
They're not the worst. They're
No,
not.
they are the worst.
They're not the
Name
worst.
a fast food place that does worse chips. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'll think about
They're
it.
fucking terrible.
I'll come back next
They are
week.
horrible. They are. KFC's fine, but their chips are
chips.
so. Okay, their chili spice pretty good.
Yeah, the
Pretty
chip
good,
spice,
pretty good,
really good.
I'd probably close down
I don't know. Why would
Debonair's.
we? Medish. I haven't had Debonair's for long, but
No, I'm joking. It probably wouldn't be Debonair's. I just like ragging on Debonair's.
I'd close down Fishaways because I never eat there. It's the only reason.
Well, actually, yeah. The last time I was at Fisherways, I didn't really dig it that much.
I'll eat everything, but I don't think I've ever
Fast
ever
food fish
ordered
just
from
sounds like a
Fishaways.
bad idea.
Yeah. Closing down Fishaways just for no
I
specific
swear that-
reason.
Oh, I know one. Quarter
What?
Joe. Fuck that place.
That's Quarter Joe.
Fucking gentrifying like quarters that are like a real African staple. I hate it so much, and I don't understand why it's always full. I hate them.
It's delicious.
Hate them.
I hate them so much. Okay. So that was all Cello's old questions from like a month ago. But now we're going to our actual questions. We have one question from Daniel Helena, and he says,
Ooh.
I've lost my homemade cat toy created by combining two strings together. Any
Wait,
idea?
what? Sorry.
I've lost my homemade cat toy created by combining two strings together.
Okay, so the cat toy was two strings together,
strings
and he's
together.
lost that.
Any idea where it is?
Oh.
Have you tried? I'll fix this. Have you tried turning it off and on again?
Have you checked on your fridge? Is your fridge running?
Actually, what the fridge? Have you checked under your fridge? Because I know my cats over the years have a great habit of knocking shit under the fridge, especially Luna. Lupin's like very dignified in how he plays or something. He like flop on his side, grab a thing, bites it.
I love that. That's how you
Like,
chose to describe it. That's great.
kick it about. Luna will swipe the shit out of the thing all over the floor. Like,
And
fuck
then it'll
you.
be under
Nah.
the fridge, and she'll be like, "Okay, but fetch
Okay,
it
but
for me."
fetch it, yeah. I'm like, no. You must learn your lesson.
My dogs knock tennis balls under our oven a lot as well.
I
Yeah. What cats does Daniel have?
don't know.
I'd love to know.
This is the
So wait,
extent-
how big was this two strings?
how long is a piece of string?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a
Does string
philosophical
exist if we
question.
don't have eyes.
How can mirrors be real if
we don't
string
have
isn't? Oh my god, I don't know.
I would honestly check under your fridge.
I would
That's
just check
probably a
under the
great-
fridge. Yeah. Otherwise, under your bed.
Or just buy two strings and make a new one.
String's expensive. The string market has been cornered since.
Really? Is it a better investment than gold lately?
It is. I
Okay.
can confirm.
Yeah,
Balls of yarn.
I need to
Real rare.
diversify my portfolio.
Oh my god. Okay, last set of questions come from the man, the myth, the legend, Deathbox ZA,
Ooh.
aka
I saw
Jaden,
him on
who
your
has-
stream.
yes, aka Jaden, who has now finished Celeste. Unlike that cello
Good
asshole.
man. Was he the one on Twitch who was like, "Oh, it really isn't a myth. You two are friends"? I was like, "Wow."
That probably was him. Or was it him or? Yeah, it was one of the two. Maybe it was him. It says, hi guys, so I've been recently swallowed by the Celeste pit of death
Yes.
and have finished a side of the 8 chapters.
Yes.
Harry witnessed some. That's me. If you guys don't know, my nickname's Harry Knees. It's
Even though he doesn't grow a beard.
But between my group of friends, it's so weird because when we started gaming together, everyone called each other by the nickname. So it was like Cello is his
Wait,
name's
Cello
actually
is not his actual name?
his name's actually Marcelo. Okay, so we call him
No,
Cello.
it's just Cello.
Okay,
No,
it's
sorry.
Cello,
It's not
okay.
Marcelo.
But then we've had like there's another friend of ours who's called Twitch, and then there's another friend of ours
Yo,
who's
that's an
called
unfortunate nickname considering.
yeah, it's called Flying Dutchie. And like
That's
there's
cool.
okay, but like over the years as
Did
we've
Gareth have a nickname?
no,
He's just called
Gareth,
Pon.
surprisingly we never played a lot of online games together.
Really?
Yeah,
But didn't he buy a Switch?
he does. Yeah, but I mean,
Oh yeah, he did buy a Switch. I played Mario Kart with
played
him.
Mario Kart against
Yeah.
him.
He was
But
terrible.
it was so bad.
Yeah.
But over the years, as our friendship's been around for a long time now, people have started calling each other by their first names, except me.
Just Harry.
No one calls me Matthew. Everyone calls me Harry. I'm like, okay, whatever. So Jaden says, Harry witnessed some of the
Does Lance call
rage.
you Harry?
No,
Ooh.
God forbid.
Waggle eyebrows.
Waggle eyebrows. Harry witnessed some of the rage-inducing levels, but on A side, not do yourself a favor and go look up. Oh, Theo Under the Stars on Instagram. It's literally Theo's Instagram.
What?
I haven't even looked it up. I'm just going to check it. Theo Under the Stars. He has an actual Instagram.
Oh, that's mad. Okay, I need to subscribe to that. That is so cool.
Then he says, should I go for all the berries? Yes or no?
Okay, so I think I said it earlier in the podcast, but Matty said you should get all the strawberries. I was like, nah, I'll never fucking do that. And then I started going back to levels because there were one or two where I hadn't got the B-side cassette. Especially, I hadn't got the B-side cassette on the first chapter, which was mind-boggling to me. So I started going through the level to get the cassette. And then I was like, strawberries here and there. And I was like, man, these strawberries are dead easy now. And then I was just like, okay, cool, I can do this.
No,
like when you go back after finishing A-side, those strawberries become deathly easy. So now I do cassette, strawberries, and the crystal heart. And I've no scam. Like the strawberries that I didn't find, I use a guide now to at least see where they are.
Yeah,
like,
some of them, like
some of them was obscure,
for the most part, the strawberries are... getting them is more about the challenge of like doing a room or whatever. But some of them are like, okay.
Especially on chapter 5 where it's not linear. Like that pissed me off.
Yes.
Also, the crystal hearts are obscure as hell. And
just look up the crystal hearts. Let me tell you.
So I would advise... So basically I do the strawberries and the crystal hearts and then the B-side. And I've been enjoying that quite a bunch.
So good.
Yeah. I would recommend 100%. Is he playing on Switch as well?
No, he's playing on PC with a controller.
Okay. No, I thought on PS4 because then you get the platinum.
Get the platinum. I want to do a platinum run.
I'm not playing this game again.
I'm 100% playing it again.
I don't have... no.
After Dark Souls 3, Platinum Celeste run.
Jesus Christ.
I also remember that you guys spoke about Chateau Gateau.
Chateau Gateau.
Chateau Gateau. A long time ago, and I finally tried it.
Yes.
It's literally the best thing I've ever eaten.
Yes!
What
did he have?
No, what would he said? We tried the mud cake and choc volcano.
Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Hashtag mind blown.
Yeah.
What would you guys suggest?
So Chateau Gateau is a weird thing because a lot of their desserts look delicious and a lot of them are very, very, very average. You lucked into getting one of the best small desserts. The mud. That thing is so decadent. It's delicious. The other things I advise there are the chocolate, the
chocobo,
the chocolate Mozart cake, because they have two Mozart cakes. They have a chocolate one and a hazelnut one.
Is it a symphony of flavor?
It's amazing.
Hire me, I'll be your copywriter.
It's basically layers of it's like cake and meringue, but loads and loads of layers, and then this really airy chocolate in the. Oh, it's delicious. It's Shani's favorite, and then my favorite, which I get every time I go there, is Andrea's cheesecake. It's a baked cheesecake. It is divine. Their New York style cheesecake sucks.
That's what we had on your birthday.
Yes.
It was
the Andrew's cheesecake is literally the best cheesecake I've ever had in my life. There.
In your whole life.
It's really good. What else there's good? See, I've had a lot of... Their tiramisu is not good. I do not like their tiramisu at all. Yeah, their New York style cheesecake's not that good. Oh, they have a thing. It's very hard to find because I don't know why they stopped producing it, but it's like... It looks like a big baseball, but it's like this big coconut ball. And you break it open, and when you break it, there's like a coconut cream and caramel in the middle. It's very good as well.
I'm not a big fan of coconuts, to be honest.
I love coconuts.
Coconut, eh?
So yeah, Chateau Gateau is awesome.
Damn.
Glad you're supporting.
Yeah,
I'm converting all of you. Get that cheesecake.
I'm converting everyone to Celeste. You're converting everyone to Chateau.
That cheesecake is friggin' awesome. Damn. It's so good.
Okay, so Jaden continues, says, also, do you know what the speedrun record is for the OG Mario? It's actually extremely impressive and you should go watch it.
Isn't it like something under like 5 minutes?
Yeah, the guy finishes it in 4 minutes 55.
Yeah, I've seen that world record run. It's
terrifying.
Insane. It's the tricks that I remember it being a big thing because the record kept standing and eventually people were like, this can't be broken. And then the guy beat it by I think 3 or 4 frames.
That's
it was
insane.
unreal. I've watched that video. It's impressive. Yeah.
Says, I know Matthew's thoughts on speedruns. Would you ever think of doing something like that, Alessandro? No. I told you, I'm like, I think if I was younger and I knew, if I was a kid in today's world, and I knew what I'd do today, back then, whatever. Like I would 100% consider doing speedruns purely because I'd have the time to do it.
You also have the skill. Like you are the one person who I think could actually manage that.
Yeah, but the thing is like, thank you for the compliments. I'll take it.
Especially with the platform. It's holy shit.
But I just didn't have the time to do it. And the thing is, speedrunners today, that's all they do.
Yeah.
You can go find many speedrunners on Twitch, and all they do, like Monday to Friday for 8 to 10 hours, is speedrun the same game over and over
and
over again.
And I mean, not gonna bash them. They
Oh,
obviously
no.
but
Like,
it's like not something.
the thing
I
is,
wanna
like,
do.
my thing is, it's a thing of, well, I mean, I could get into it, but I'm not going to be breaking any world records because I can do like 4 to 8 hours of speedrunning a week, you know? Like the skill difference is it's just too big.
And even then, you want to play other stuff, I guess.
Yeah, no, but that too. I mean, I've got limited time for gaming as it is. I'd rather put my time to other stuff, you know?
I love watching speedruns.
Yeah, that's my thing. Like, I enjoy watching it purely because I'm like, damn, I've played this game. I especially love watching a speedrun after I finish a game.
Yes.
Because then I'm like, okay, I've played this game, holy shit. Like, now I understand, like, I can appreciate this more because how's this person
Like
doing
a
this?
Celeste speedrun.
Have you watched a Celeste
Oh
speedrun?
my goodness.
It's like, the way they fly through those levels, I'm like,
unbelievable.
I can't even.
It's really, really unbelievable.
Literally can't even.
Yeah.
And last question. Somebody last time asked about listening to podcasts at 1.5 or 2 speed.
Ooh.
Interjection. I learned that Lenska does that. And
Really?
we are now getting a divorce.
Wow. So I do that for training videos. Like programming training videos, I put it at 1.5, mostly because all the people who narrate those narrate so slowly.
I want you to do one.
It's so slow.
Push-up.
Every now and then I
and breathe.
accidentally, because my watch has like media controls for my phone in my car, and I'll brush against it and accidentally hit 1.5 speed on a podcast, and it sounds crazy. I'm just like, oh, what's going on? And I quickly change it back. No.
So it says, I do that for YouTube videos sometimes too, but do yourself a favor and listen to your guys' voices at half speed. Literally amazing, and you guys sound higher than Snoop Dogg. Give the listeners what they want and listen now. Thanks for the awesome podcast.
I'm going to load up a podcast right now.
One of ours?
Yeah, one of ours. Just put it to the middle of it. I'm going to do the last podcast that we published.
Cool.
So
and in the meantime, I'm going to grab our last set of questions from Instagram.
Okay. So
Hey, pump that volume.
I will. So now it's
That's fast, yeah. Okay.
What are you hoping for the next E3? So, no.
What is that? Okay, we have to go half speed though.
Okay, so
That's double speed.
times 2 speed.
How do people even...
My first E3 ever. I've been to 5 now.
So they showed the
Holy shit.
official reveal this, whatever, but remember there was a tech demo years ago of Final Fantasy.
I can't breathe.
You sound so hammered. You're just like,
I've also learned
tech down.
I've also learned that I don't say remember, I just said member. Remember that
years ago. Yeah, this
Oh my
just
God.
solidifies to me that we need to get hammered one day and
Holy
do a podcast.
shit. That was amazing. I'm going to listen to all our podcasts. Like
So times 2 speed is impossible, clearly.
1.5 times speed you could probably listen to, but 2 times speed's way too quick.
Nah, but that half speed is that is some good shit. Thank you for bringing that into my life. That is so good.
Last 2 questions. We have one from Caption Barbosa. He says,
Who's
why,
that handsome devil?
why is Matty so bad at Dark Souls?
Yeah, this
You know
is a
what?
question I desperately want to know. The answered, I mean.
I'm not bad at Dark Souls.
Are you sure?
I'm average at Dark Souls. Look, I would have thought I was a god at Dark Souls until I got to that boss on Thursday,
really?
and he schooled me.
Yo.
Because like I said, I was like, I'm doing fine. Like, I'm getting a few deaths here and there, whatever. But this
You were
guy
going
was
through
like,
that swamp with no problem.
oh, that swamp is so annoying. God, I
Yeah,
hate
it looks very
so
annoying.
much. Holy shit. Last question from my wife.
Lenska,
She
ZA.
says, how does your wife handle all your sass?
Whoa! Whoa!
Okay, I'll give you some.
Yeah, I'd love to know the answer
I'll
to
give you
this
some
too.
context. So, I was being very sassy at work this week, and someone said to me, like, how does Lenska deal with and
Are
I
you
was like,
sassy at home? Or do you
"No,
just get your sass
she
out
said,
at work?
She says she really likes my sass, so it works for me. So I'll take it. I can be real sassy, especially when I'm tired.
I think you two can be both sassy.
We're both real sassy. But that's what I said. I was like, we're both sassy. So it kind of...
Lenska and you are the perfect example of people I don't want to see mad. You know, there's people you always see them happy and whatever, and you never want to see them mad. Actually, I've seen Linz get irritated,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
restaurants and stuff. I'm like, oh no.
No, please. Don't punch anyone. No.
Yeah, maybe I was-
I know. No, I think we're both sassy, but it's part of the reason we love each other. Like I really like that Lenska's not the typical person that just settles for conventional.
Okay.
I mean, she wore a black wedding dress, which I really
with
love.
pockets.
With pockets.
So
God.
cool. So
Like
cool.
best thing ever. So
She also gave you a heart attack when she arrived in the different door that you were
right
expecting.
behind me. I was like, what shit? No, my favorite part is, so there's part of the video where I say something to you and I'm like, what did I say to you? Because I like leaned over to you and I say, I'm like, what the hell did I say to you?
remember.
And after watching the video enough times, I was like, before she walked in, the whole time I was saying to you, there's a tripod in the aisle.
Oh yes, yes.
And I was like,
and you're
are they gonna move that? Like,
yeah, because she can't walk.
and then
like-
when she walked in behind me, I leant over to you and I said, well, I guess that's why they're not moving the tripod. I like lip read. I was like, that's what I said to
because
you.
the whole time I knew it was going to happen, and I was just trying to be like, I don't know.
I don't
yeah,
know. What
know.
a weird, I don't
so
know.
weird.
It's so
Should
weird.
I go move it?
I know. Imagine you moved it and the photographer would be like,
What the fuck are you
What are you
doing?
doing, bro?
Yeah, exactly.
that's
Guy
all
would kill me with his drone.
It'd fly into your
Yeah,
face.
exactly.
Yeah, that is a long episode, but what do you expect when we back after like home? Oh, it actually wasn't that bad.
Yeah,
140.
140. Not too bad.
140. No, it's good to be back.
Thanks for sending all the questions again.
Yeah.
Checkpointchatpodcast@gmail.com and basically at Checkpoint Chat everywhere else.
It's so funny. We had a message from Meg saying, "Damn, I missed it."
Oh, but
Is
that
it
was
like-
like this morning.
No, that is yesterday, and I was like, "Well, we're recording today," and I thought he would send questions for today, but he never did. So
It's fine.
next
Cello
time,
filled that
Chillo
gap.
is just filling the Meg's vacancy at the moment. Damn. Yeah.
Thank you for all your
Thanks for the
questions.
questions, guys.
And thanks for listening. Sorry about last week, but Matty was away and I was very busy, so I couldn't find a guest to fill in. But we're back.
You're back
It's going to
in full
be
force.
it's going to be a wild ride the rest of this year. This year is exciting. I'm super excited.
So much stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you wherever you listen, if there's a way to rate a podcast, give it a rate because that helps. Apparently, Spotify is the new place to listen to podcasts. So if you're listening to us on Spotify,
Ooh.
give us a
Nice,
rating
nice.
there.
Can you give a rating on Spotify?
I'm not sure. You can rate Spotify 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Give us a heart on Spotify.
Ooh. Ooh. Give us a follow.
Ooh, that's even better.
We must have an artist page there, maybe.
Let's actually check.
I don't
Interesting to
understand how
see.
that works.
Yeah.
But
Okay,
yes,
but that's Checkpoint Chat episode
that's
85.
episode 85. We'll see you next week. Love you all,
Okay.
except Matty.
Love you. Except you.
Take life at half speed.
Take life. Remember. Remember. Goodbye.
Bye.